What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Sailor 1911 Large Demonstrator Fountain Pen. So today is going to be the last video that I don't have a tea to feature in with my fountain pens. Sorry for shaking the camera. I did get quite a large shipment in of teas. I'm just waiting so that I can kind of taste them all, go through them all, really get my bearings on them before I review them for you all. So last few videos haven't had a tea included in it. I'm sorry, but this should be the last one without it. So let's jump into this bad boy. So I have reviewed the Sailor 1911 Large technically sort of twice. So the first full review was the Sailor 1911 Large White Pen, which I'll throw up in the iCard. That one I went over absolutely everything in the pen. And then I also did one very quickly of a black version with the Sailor Zoom nib, because that's such a unique nib that I'd never really experienced before, and I wanted to share it with you all. This one I decided I would do another video for, mainly because it looks so different in comparison to all the others. I'm not usually a Demonstrator fan. I'm probably one of the only people that isn't. I don't mind translucent. I actually really like translucent. Ones where you do get color, you do get pattern or something like that, but you can kind of see through it depending on the light. I like that, but typically I am not a full-on Demonstrator fan. But there's just something about this pen that grabs me. So it physically same size as the Sailor 1911 Large, so fits really nicely in my hand. I like the weight of it. It's not too heavy. It's a little bit heavier than like the Platinum Century 3776 if you're at all familiar with that, but not by a whole lot. You can post it. It's actually fairly comfortable posting, slightly back weighted for me, but for the majority of people I think it'd be fine. Standard Sailor proprietary cartridge back here, which you just kind of unpop here. I think there's a slight, I don't want to say like missed opportunity, but I would say a slight missed opportunity to be able to fill this body with ink. So make it like eyedropper converted. That's what I was looking for because of the metal parts here. But even without doing that, I still really like it. So tons of threads to get that on. By the way, I have this filled up with Monteverde purple. I actually kind of like it. So you get the 21 karat gold nib. This is all gold. Everything, of course, is gold. Hard, medium, fine nib is what I have on this guy. So what I really like is that, of course, you can see all this spinny action here. I wish that the cap inside was a little bit more clear. This is kind of cloudy, but I still really like it. The clip works pretty stiff, but good enough where I'm not gonna worry about bruising any of my clothing. Can you bruise clothing? I don't know. But I really like the look of this pen. Like I said, normally demonstrators just don't do it for me. But gosh, I mean, as you can tell, I just filled this the other day and I'm almost through the converter. And I know some people don't like converters like this because they think that they can go through ink too quickly. I'm not usually one of those people. I don't use my pens for writing as far as with work or things like that. So I only use them in my personal time. So for me to go through a full converter of ink is generally a feat, and it generally happens when I decide to write a bunch of pen pal letters at the same time, which I've kind of been slacking on, so I'm sorry guys. They've been mailed out though, you're good. One thing I really actually like about this is that the ink doesn't pool up too much in the grip section. It pretty much stays right here. And what I really like is it hasn't gotten caught around the cap. So where the cap and the pen meet right here, On any other Demonstrator pen that I've had, the ink will get kind of stuck in and around this cap. Sometimes you can see like condensation, sometimes you can see like the ink splatter. For some people that doesn't bother them. I'm a little OCD, so that does bug me. So sometimes I'll get a Q-tip and kind of like clean it out. But I've had this inked up now for quite a while and that hasn't happened. So I don't know if I'm just lucky, if this ink has good properties and just hasn't kind of squirted out there, but I really like that has not happened. Yeah, I really dig this pen. I physically body shape, I prefer the Sailor Pro Gear. I like the flat ends. I like the Sailor anchor on the top, all that kind of good stuff. But I think I'm gonna be buying myself one of these. Like I said, I do own the white one that I've done a review of. The Sailor Zoom nib was lent to me by the same kind gentleman that lent me this pen. But I think I'm gonna look into grabbing myself one of these. Potentially with maybe like a music nib or something that I haven't tried yet. Price point wise, US retail price is about $248, which Canada, that drops us around $330. But you can pick these up pretty decent pricing, much cheaper than retail pricing, if you buy from Japan direct, because then you're not gonna have to pay like what the retailers have to pay to import it and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of just cut out the middleman. Sometimes though it is nice to pay retail price only because you do know for sure that if you do have problems with the pen, if you've got a retailer that you trust, you can always go see them. So yeah, enough rambling though. I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna show you how this bad boy writes. Okay, so we've got the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. This is the Sailor 1911 large 21 karat hard medium fine nib. This is a dream writer. It is so smooth. I absolutely love it. You can draw draw a color, whatever you want to do it. You can get such a good flow from this pen. It's nice and wet. I really like it. You can get some line variation out of it. I actually prefer this medium fine in the 21 karat over the medium fine I have in my Pro Gear Slim 4 Seasons, which I'll put in the iCard somewhere. I actually prefer it. It's a little bit smoother on this nib. And I really, really like it. As far as reverse, you definitely can. It is kind of scratchy though, so I wouldn't really look at this pen just to reverse write. I've never had any issues with hard starts, flow issues, railroading, any of that stuff. This has just been literally perfect and reliable. It's nice and smooth, has just a teeny hint of feedback, just enough to know that you are kind of moving the nib across the paper. But I really, really like it. As I said before, I'm usually not a fan of Demonstrator pens. I'm probably one of the only people that aren't. But I really, really like this pen. I don't know why. I just really, really do. And I will probably be on the lookout for one, maybe with a different kind of nib that I haven't used before, maybe one of their music nibs. Guys, that is about it for me today. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up button. If you really like the video but haven't done so yet already, hit the subscribe button. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, and the occasional Q&A on Tuesday. You can even hit that bell looking icon there to get notifications whenever I post. That way, if for whatever reason I don't have one on Monday but I pop it out on Tuesday, you will be the first to know. Guys, hit up that comment section below, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye.